Super Bowl 56 is officially over. We have a brand new NFL champion, and it is the Los Angeles Rams, being the second ever team to win it in their home stadium back-to-back years. The Bucs did it last year, and now we have the Rams doing it. They came up, they beat the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl 23-20 in a thriller that went to the very end of the game, essentially sacking Joe Burrow to secure the victory. He shows up after the play, points to the ring finger because he knows what he just did, and he got what he's looked for his entire career. He's had a Hall of Fame caliber career already. There's been discussions about him potentially retiring after this game, and if he were going to, that would be a storybook play to end your career on. Sacking, essentially, Joe Burrow and securing that ring for you and your team. There's a lot to talk about in the Super Bowl. We're going to go over it pretty quickly, including, first things first, undrafted wide receiver, 0-star out of high school, Cooper Kupp, becomes the Super Bowl MVP. After an amazing season where he has essentially been the best player in football that's not a quarterback, didn't win MVP, wins Offensive Player of the Year, completely deserved, had a pretty slow first half of the game, ends the game with 92 yards, 2 touchdowns, and absolutely dominated on the final drive of the game for the Rams. Cooper Kupp has shown that when he is needed the most and when he is called upon, he gets it done in every single way possible. He is absolutely dominant. And despite the 0 stars coming out of high school, despite all the disrespect that he's kind of gotten all year, he's been the best wide receiver in the game, and people are still saying he's not top 5, he's not top 10. I've fallen victim to this year, and here we are at the end of the line, and he is the best player in the best game when it matters most, scoring the touchdown to win it all against the Bengals. And there was a lot of penalties. There was one against him earlier in the game, and in that final drive especially, and he's kind of the main reason. Like, he's causing so much havoc. They gotta push, they gotta shove, they gotta hold him to try and contain this man because he is just very, very different. But the story of this game, much like the Tennessee Titans game, that the Bengals managed to squeak by. They managed to squeak by earlier in this playoff run, is the offensive line. If you guys paid attention at all this year, you would have seen this coming. Joe Burrow, in the first half, it didn't go against him too much. I think it was more of just a game plan coming in, knowing how to stop this defensive front from the Rams. And once that second half hit, this was a totally different beast. You got to see seasoned veteran Von Miller wreaking havoc the entire second half. They hit him 1v1, and it was not working out for the Bengals. And then they started to drag off that 1v1 a little bit just to give a little bit of help. And towards the end of that game, in the fourth quarter, you let the best defensive player in the league go undouble teamed. And Aaron Donald really made them pay. Joe Burrow got sacked 7 times, the most in Super Bowl history, for 43 yards. He had a couple of other plays that he could have been sacked on. He did get rid of it, including that game-losing play, or game-ending play, rather. It's not really a losing play. The pressure really, really got to them at the end of this game, and we knew that was going to be the reason that if the Rams won, that was going to be why, and it came to play in that second half. Despite the offense really not showing up, Matthew Stafford didn't look crazy sharp. That's typically how it's going to be when you're down your number 1 tight end, your number 2 wide receiver, and your number 3 wide receiver in this game. Van Jefferson struggled. He was not catching very many balls. And again, Cooper Kupp didn't have the best of first halves. He had the yards, but he felt very irrelevant for a lot of it. And this is a game where the Rams had 43 total rushing yards. And this is a team that loves to be efficient on both sides of the offensive end. And they couldn't get it done. Without rushing the ball a lot, the Rams take the victory, 23-20. They beat Joe Burrow, the ice-cold killer, in the Super Bowl, and the Rams are the second ever team to win it at home. Congratulations, LA. Congratulations to the Rams and Matthew Stafford. Well deserved. Congratulations.